Hey, what's going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. We are continuing on with our Darkwater Harbor build, and today we are working on the arcade that will sit on the pier underneath the roller coaster that we have already set up there. I do not get the pillars on the coaster in place. That'll be probably next week, and maybe we wrap up the pier next week. We'll see on that. Depends on how much time and how difficult life gets over the next week or so. But what we're doing here is added a Hats Fantastic in the arcade where the worker hangs out to give you your Slinky or your Rubik's Cube or your Tootsie Rolls. I don't have anything on the shelves back there just yet. Kind of hoping that maybe there will be something in the June update. I believe the souvenir shops are supposed to be in that update, but I have not seen a date listed for when that update's coming out. But this episode, I believe, is coming out on the 22nd, so it should be fairly soon, I would expect. But we'll see, I guess. So, use some of the glass pieces. I do shade them a little bit grayer. Uh, they kept on overlapping, and there was a lot of fighting with the shop to try and get it as centered as possible. Um, but yeah, having the small souvenirs on the back shelf would really make the place come together, I think. Use the helmets there, so there's at least something. And then we come through with some neon lighting. So we've got a kind of a pink stripe and a green stripe running the perimeter of it, and combine that with the, I will use air quotes, of black lighting. It's basically the overhead lights just with a blue tint to them. The lighting on the carpet that I spent way too much time on, um, it really pops. It has kind of a like a 1980s arcade feel to it, and I think it works well with the Starfield running the perimeter. Going back and forth if I want to throw the carpet onto the Steam Workshop or not. If you guys want to, just drop a comment down below, and I can and I'll upload it. Yes, we're putting a little Pac-Man on the front because it's called the Waka 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 Arcade, so there has to be a Pac-Man on there. Um, Speaking of the workshop, I don't normally this given the fact that this is still conceivably a first playthrough, first build. I've been trying to kind of avoid pulling stuff off the workshop just because I want to get a feel and see what I can build. I was going to build the arcade cabinets, but then I did find a bunch on the Steam Workshop. I went ahead and pulled those. Hopefully, you guys are cool with that because they are far better than probably anything that I could do at the current time. So I end up using the arcade games from. It was uploaded from Josh 51010, and they are fantastic. So you'll see them once we get this moved over. There we go. Get it in place up against the exit stairs for the coaster, directly underneath. Drop in some pathing, mostly to get rid of the support pillars, and then next week we'll go through and kind of get them in place. And there's our lovely carpet. I was working on the carpet, and then I remembered that there was the random rotate that I haven't used before, so that made life so much easier. So here's all the arcade cabinets. So running the perimeter, we've got some just stand-up game machines, and then we've got some pinball in front of the cashier, and then some skee ball and ticket-based games in the middle. Of course, we have to have the Pac-Man machine in there. I will admit, a little sad that there is a Space Invaders game, but there is not an Asteroids game. Asteroids was my favorite growing up. I don't even know why, but yeah, really loved Asteroids. But we get the games all in place, and then start to work on the rest of the outside. Try to keep the front facade similar to the existing building there. Um, Contemplated keeping the color scheme the same. The positioning of it is slightly off. The arcade is just ever so slightly forward, but it has to be to accommodate the back stairs. But I think having the separate color scheme really gives the impression that it is a separate entity that was built later on. Tried to put the facade on the backside and realized it's cutting too much into the stairs. And so we get the AC unit up there with a little bit of ductwork, and then we fence it in because we don't need riffraff kind of going down the stairs and jumping on the roof. So we use some of the big fencing going around to try and prevent that from happening. Towards the end of this episode, you'll see a little safety netting going kind of above the main walkway area, just in case somebody loses their phone or something. We get our signage here, and I'll be honest, I thought these were backlit. These signs are not backlit. I use little downlighting on them, but I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm quite sold on that. I was really hoping for just kind of a backlight on the signage to push it a little bit more than just the downlighting. So here's the safety netting that we do, and then we get some support pillars in there. I have it set so it's below the track there. I'm contemplating taking it out one more so that there's a little bit more protection from the top. but I'm wondering if that might be too much. We get some support pillars in here, and then do a circular base, and I end up going through and putting some lamps to at least give a little bit of light through the center there. But took me a minute to figure out what kind of base to base to use so that people don't, chunk into a thinnish metal bar. Contemplated the box, but we eventually settle on kind of this little guy here. But we'll jump into Planet Coaster 2. We'll do a real quick walk around. So I will see you there in just a second. Take a quick walk through. So added some safety fencing above. We've got some seats over here. And then we've got the interior of the Waka Waka arcade. And it looks fantastic. Going back and forth on maybe shrinking up the size of this desk. We'll see on that. But yeah, I really like the neon trim, as well as the black lights. It really, really makes the carpet pop, especially at night. But yeah, I really, really enjoy how this turned out. Hopefully you guys did as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys again in Planet Coaster 2. And as always, hope you guys have yourselves an amazing day.
Bye.